Please take your seat and buckle up. Seat backs and tray tables in their full upright position. It's another episode of Skip Happens. Your weekly view from 30,000 feet. From the first music lesson to the first paid gig to signing the deal, it's the journey that is the life of an artist. Now, here's your captain and co-captain, a.k.a. your hosts, Skip Clark and Deb Lamphere.
Nope. Deb is taking care of her bird. Seeing we're live just a couple of nights here before Thanksgiving, and it's going to be a good show tonight. By the way, did you recognize that voice? Ryan Jewell is joining me here tonight. I'm going to talk about him, talk about his music and all the good stuff in his life. But did you recognize that voice? Probably not. You know who that is, right? That his name is John Williard, and I mention that every time we come on because John is a legend. If you've watched the CMAs growing up, I know he's not doing it currently, but he was always the voice of the CMAs. He'd be the guy going, coming up, Carrie Underwood. That was him. That was always him. So it's cool. Oh, it's kind of cool. Yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
We actually became friends in Nashville, and well, I've known him for quite a while, but we actually hooked up in Nashville and had some cold ones, and we talked about, doing stuff. And he said, you know what, I'll voice your podcast. And I said, oh, that's cool, man. So there you go. That's the intro. That's one of them. So, Ryan Jewell, what is going on? Pleasure to meet you, my friend. How are you?
Wonderful. Pleasure to meet you as well. And I apologize that we had to. We rescheduled this thing like 3 or 4 times, didn't we?
Well, you know what? It's a good thing though, because you were on the road.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
So you're on the road and you're doing what you got to do, and that's fine. That's much more important. Yeah. Now you get a night at home. Maybe you're just getting ready for the Thanksgiving holiday, and
that's right.
Now we got a few minutes to chit chat and find out all about you. But is that really your voice? God, it's
That's it.
That's cool.
Yeah,
it's like a Scotty McCreery tone. You got that deep voice.
Yeah, I've heard. Scotty and Josh Turner and.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah,
I've got some off the wall ones too.
I'm afraid to ask. Like,
I've got you really remind me of Kenny Chesney. I'm like,
huh?
Oh, okay. I mean, if I have half of Kenny Chesney's career, I'll be okay.
Yeah, I get that, but I don't get the rest of it.
No,
like almost the opposite.
Easton Corbin.
I could see a little bit of Easton in you. I get that. But the most important thing is you need to be yourself. You're Ryan Jewell.
That's what I try to tell him. I said, I appreciate all that, y'all, but I don't ever want to. I don't want to hear people come up to me and say,
"Hey, you sound
just like." I was like, "Oh, I don't want. I want you to say you sound just like you." And I'm like, "Great, all right. Now we're on to something."
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be like anybody else. You want to be Ryan Jewell. This is you. You got to be unique in your own way. Exactly. But I'm just saying, you got that voice, and I mentioned Scotty, and you mentioned Josh Turner, and I can actually hear that, but I don't think you do your own thing. So, which is kind of
I like I like their demeanor, and I like their music. So it does kind of help when I sing their songs.
I was going to ask if you do. Okay.
Oh yeah. And they, I guess I reckon I do them better than if somebody were to sing like a tenor. It might be a little easier to sing them in my register. So it works out pretty good.
And if music doesn't work out for you for whatever reason, and I can't see that happening, you could always be like a voiceover guy. You could always do a little bit of, whatever with your voice. So you have it.
There's been a couple of offers.
Really?
That I've had. I've not done any of them, but hey, I would love for you to do some commercials, or I'd love for you to do some voiceover stuff. And I was like, it'd be fun, I think.
Yeah, you haven't had that opportunity? I mean, have you been on a radio tour?
That's what I just got back from, yeah.
Okay. All right.
So last week when we were supposed to do it, I was traveling from Lewisburg, Tennessee to Blue Ridge, Georgia.
Wow.
And
so that's
I said, there ain't no way I'm going to get back to the hotel by 8:00 so we can do this podcast.
Not a problem.
Shannon saved me.
But I was asking about the radio tour, and as you go in and out of so many doors of radio stations, does any of the PDs or production guys go, hey, while you're here, can we use your voice? Can you voice this commercial? this or
No,
that.
that has not happened. I did some kind of blips. I did some blips down in Blue Ridge, Georgia, of like, hey, you're listening to.
Right.
But I haven't had to do any. I haven't had the opportunity to do any commercials yet, which I'm all for. I think it'd be fun.
What a side gig too. Think about it.
Absolutely, yeah.
You can tie it all together, dude. You
Yeah,
can tie it all together.
it was
Absolutely.
funny too when I checked into Rocky Mount, Virginia, this past last Thursday. It was like 11:30 at night, and the lady, she said, you're the last room I got at the hotel. Thank you so much. Enjoy your evening, yada, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. And I was walking out the door and she said, just so you know, you have a voice that could be really good on radio. And I just kind of chuckled. I was really, really tired. But I kind of chuckled and I said, well, I just want you to know I'm on a radio tour right now and I'm visiting this local radio station tomorrow morning. And she just thought that was the coolest thing. And I thought that was very flattering because it's like, yeah, it's cool. I'm glad y'all can hear that. That makes me feel good.
And do you know, by doing exactly what you did as a newer artist, independent artist, you just made another fan.
Oh, I made sure to give her a CD and all that stuff before I left.
Bam. Yeah, you did it right. You did it right. She's all excited. She met you. She listened in the morning, and there you go. Now you've made a new fan.
Yeah, exactly. And that's cool stuff. Stuff like that happened. It's cool. I enjoy that. That makes it worthwhile.
It's part of what you guys do and us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a part of what we do. Where are you, Ryan, right now? Where are you?
My house is in Linden, Virginia. So right outside of my hometown of Front Royal, Virginia.
Okay. I have no idea where the hell that is.
That is at the top of the Shenandoah Valley. So it's near Winchester.
Yeah.
I can actually out my back doors right there. I can see Winchester. It's like 20 miles away, but I can see it.
Really?
I'm up on top of a mountain.
You have to be. Oh my God. I bet you that's gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It is. I haven't been able to see anything today because of the rain and the fog, but when it's clear, it is nice.
We're in the Northeast and it's been cold and rainy for most of the day. So
yeah. Well, yeah. Today it's been raining nonstop since this morning, and it's been a good day to get some stuff done inside the house.
It's good to be back home.
It is.
Be on that radio too.
Oh yeah. It feels good to be back home and just kind of. I wish I could say it feels good to do nothing at the house, but there's always something to do.
You have that list. I know my wife has a list for me. Yeah. So it's just not that I ever get it all done, but
no, it just keeps accumulating more and more stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And now she's on the push to get the decorations out, and everybody else in the neighborhood has them out, and it's like we don't. Just makes it worse. So.
Oh yeah, I get it.
But you're up on that mountain. How close is your closest neighbor?
They're pretty close.
Okay.
The lots are kind of close together, but
they're high up, which is cool.
Yeah, it's quiet up here. It's quiet. We're on Blue Mountain, is where I'm at, and it's a lot of people. It's totally different weather. I mean, we're probably, I would say 2,400 feet above. So I think Royal. So it's totally different weather pattern, totally different.
So you get the snow up there.
Oh yeah. I'm surprised it didn't snow today, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're in the low to middle 30s today. It's gone down more now, but they're talking about some ice here in the Northeast tonight. So different areas.
That's what I would think it was going to ice over tonight. If it was going to do anything, it'd be icing over, but it hasn't yet. And when I get up tomorrow to go hunting, I guess I'll find out one way or the other.
You're reading my mind, because eventually I was going to go there about hunting, because being in the mountains, and I know it's one of your hobbies, you can probably just go out in the backyard and you'll see the deer and the does, the bucks.
That wouldn't be I've got a couple of cameras set up around the back property, and it's.
Have you caught anything cool on those cameras?
Oh yeah. You get all kinds of. There's a big rock pile at the back of the property, and the backyard is straight down pretty much. I mean, it's very, very steep.
Okay.
But there's a bunch of rock buildup when they built the house and built the, kind of leveled out the lot. They put a bunch of rocks in the back and made a big, kind of erosion control.
Sure.
I don't know how many foxes live back there, but there's a bunch of red foxes. I wish, I mean, it's almost to the point where I can name them. I see them so frequently, and they've been here for years. So
Wow.
really, really cool. So I get them on the camera all the time. I see them every time I go out in the morning to have coffee on the deck. I see them all the time. Coyotes and gray foxes, red foxes, deer, bear. I mean, anything you can think of.
Oh, bear?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So,
Bear.
I'm reading that the bear, I mean, we're supposed to be talking music here, but we'll get to that in a moment.
Sure.
The bear population is growing again. I mean, even here, well, we're based in Syracuse.
Right.
There's been bear sightings, and we never used to have those.
Right. So, no, it's less hunters in the woods and more with the proper conditions and the right conditions. I mean, it's they're bound to either get hit by a car or the population is going to spike, and it's fortunately we haven't got hit by too many cars. So
no, I can't even imagine a bear getting hit by a car. I think the car would not win.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't win.
No. Or the truck, depending on what you're driving. So let's talk about you a little bit. How long you been doing music?
I've been, professionally singing in front of people.
Yeah.
Since we're going on 10 years now.
Okay. All right.
I got my start at college.
Excellent. Where'd you go to school?
Clemson University.
Ooh.
I knew you were going to say.
Well, we're in Syracuse. What do you want me to say?
I'm waiting for that topic to come up because
but they're damn good. I'm sorry, but I know.
I was waiting for the door to open up.
Well, you got it.
Yeah.
But that's cool. They the Clemson Wolves, right?
The Tigers.
No, Tigers.
Yeah.
That's it. Tigers.
Yeah.
That's it. Yes, and they got the orange paw.
Correct. Yeah.
Yes. And when they come to town, they kick our ass. So it's just it's
well,
crazy.
I wish I could agree with that all the time, but there's been, what was it, 3 or 4, maybe 5 years ago. I mean, we won, but every time we go up there to y'all's, I don't know what it is about it, but y'all sometimes give us a really good run for our money. And it was down to our backup quarterback when I'm thinking it was like 4 or 5 years ago.
I think we beat you once, and it was totally unexpected.
Yeah, right.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. But that doesn't happen too often. So, yeah.
No, well,
that's cool.
The one time I went, I was right out. I graduated Clemson in 2013, and me and my buddy Chris, we came back to. I try to go to at least a game a year. Mm-hmm. I brought him to a Syracuse game. I want to say it was probably 2015 or 16, something like that.
I'm sorry.
I think we beat y'all like 70-3 or something like that.
Right.
It was in Death Valley. I was like, well, this is a good game to go to.
Well, let me just put it this way. We just fired a football coach.
Yeah. That's what happens.
It does happen. But let's talk about you. We're talking about music. Wait a minute. I just noticed somebody made a comment here, Larissa Ronaldo. I want to tell you a little bit. Do you hunt in a tree stand?
I hunt all over the place, but mostly in a tree stand. Yeah.
Okay. Now I know she's watching and she's going to go, oh my gosh, but just because you do hunt and I know you're an avid hunter, you like to get out there. She lost her husband because he fell out of a tree stand.
Oh,
she is now on a mission to promote tree stand safety and hunter safety.
Yeah,
this is something she's doing. So hopefully you go up, you strap yourself in.
Mm-hmm. I do. And I tell you what, I'll be honest with you. I didn't start really strapping myself in until probably last year. I never would, and because I was like, hey, I'm young, I'm in shape, I'm good, I got good balance, all that. But my buddy would hunt. We would hunt with my buddy Chris, and he would always, well, I got to. When we put tree stands up, hang stands, moose stands, whatever, he would always put his, safety harness strap above to where he can hook in. I'm like, oh, you ain't got to do that. And he's like, oh, I just, just in case I fall asleep or something. And I'm a stickler for like, if it's nice and quiet and I'm nice and warm, I have no problem sleeping anywhere. So that's probably a good idea. So I got a really good harness. Every tree stand I sit in now, I strap in. Now it's just kind of like putting your seatbelt on. It's second nature to me now. So
her husband went out of the tree stand.
Yeah.
He didn't survive.
My buddy, probably 8 years ago, he fell out and he broke his back, and it was a long recovery back to normal for him. So Larissa, I appreciate that. And I will, in your husband's honor and legacy, I will push that forward to my buddies that don't step in. So yeah, because that is big. It's huge.
And she's a big country music. She's a big fan, big country music fan, and all that. She's just a wonderful woman who had this happen, and now because of what happened, she's on a mission to promote that. And it's a big thing around town here. She's getting it out there, and she wants everybody this time of the year to please strap yourself in if you're going up. So
fair enough.
Anyway, all right. Do you remember the first song you ever wrote?
I do remember it.
Was it good or did it suck?
Would I ever share it with anybody? I probably wouldn't.
I ask every artist I talk to, I always ask, do you remember the first song? And it's usually exactly what you said, or pretty much.
Yeah.
It'd be like, yeah, I do, but
I sang that song probably 7 or 8 years ago at a winery called Desert Rose Winery. Near and dear friends of mine, Bob and Linda Claymeyer, owned that winery, and we had some good times there. And one day I was like, I'm tired of singing these cover songs. I said, I'm just gonna flip and that was when I was singing, and I had my notebook full of my songs, in front of me, just in case I wanted to sing one of my own. I didn't have it memorized, and I said, I'm just gonna take a random song, whatever I flip to, that's what I'm gonna play. And lo and behold, I flipped it to that song. I said, oh God. I thought I took that thing out of this book, but I didn't. And I said, I don't remember how to play that song, because I wrote that song probably back in high school.
Wow.
And I kind of picked around with the chords a little bit, and it came back to me. And I said, I'm going to give this one and it was I usually brought a pretty big crowd out to that little winery. And it all got quiet. And I said, y'all ain't got to get quiet for this song. I promise you that. It's not going to be that good. And I played it. I'm trying to think of the title of it.
But it's cool that you did do that, because a lot of artists won't. They won't even bring it up, even if they, for some reason, open up to it in book like you did.
Yeah, no,
we're not going to do that.
That's me. I'm who I am. It's like, this is
where
it was, and this is where it's gotten to. So,
exactly.
I didn't start up here. I started just like everybody else.
So when did you first learn to play guitar? You said you were singing in front of people back in the day, but when did you actually pick up a guitar? When did you learn to play that? How did you learn to play it?
I got my first guitar when I was like 7 as a Christmas gift, but I got a couple pictures of me, acting like I'm playing it, but I never was really playing it. Didn't really take it serious until I want to say 14 or so years old, 15 maybe. And my buddy Tyler Jenkins and his dad Steve Jenkins, they lived right around the block from us at the time. We moved around a lot, so we fortunately lived right pretty close by. I had just begged my mom to buy my buddy Corey. He had this old Yamaha, and the strings were probably like that far off the neck, and it was not in good shape at all. But I was like, I want that guitar. I want to learn how to play, because my buddy Tyler Jenkins and his dad Steve talk about all the guitars they had and how they've been playing a lot, and my buddy T's been learning how to play from his dad. I kind of jumped in on that, and they taught me, the basic chords, G, C, and D, and A, and I just kept picking up on that. We'd go play, and I would, pick along and strum. They were better than me, and I wanted to be able to keep up with them. So it was about I would say about 14 years old or something. That's when I started really taking a liking to it. And T kind of went to the electric guitar, and his dad went to the electric guitar. He would still do the acoustic, and I would just stick on the acoustic and play along the tracks, and slowly started writing songs when I was in high school, my senior year. But again, I never sang out in front of anybody. I never, definitely never shared my songs with anybody. That was my own thing I did. It wasn't a lot either. It was just, on occasion, but I didn't sing in front of anybody until.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Just my daughter calling from Virginia.
Oh, tell her. Hello, Newport News. Good to see you.
That was just the please text me message.
Oh, well,
I didn't realize the volume was up. I apologize.
Okay.
That's why Skip happens, dude. All right, hang on.
You should
hang on a minute. Yeah, we're going to do it right now. Watch this. Hi, Ange.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing. Say hi to Ryan Jewell.
Hello.
Well, hello. How are you doing? I hear you're in Virginia as well.
Yeah, I'm interviewing Ryan Jewell, who is a country music artist, and he lives in Virginia. So,
so cool.
So he goes, go ahead, answer the phone.
Yes,
so
yeah.
there you are. Yeah. So, anyways.
Well, sorry. Did my phone call you?
Yeah.
All right. Well, sorry. We are.
Was that a butt dial?
It must have been, because I am at Great Wolf Lodge with the kids.
Yeah. There you go.
Yes.
Nice.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah. Great Wolf Lodge. I don't know.
They're running around solving some Magic Quest game, and I'm wondering where my next glass of wine is.
Well, that's probably why you butt dialed me. Because you're looking for your next
I haven't even started yet. So, all right.
All right,
well,
honey.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Well, you are now part of the Skip Happens podcast. It's my daughter Angela, who lives in Virginia, and Ryan lives in Virginia. So this has never happened before. This has never happened before.
I'm glad to be the first.
All right, honey, we love you. I love you. I'll talk to you later.
Too. Have a good night. Okay.
Yeah, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See, she had no idea she even called me.
No. and she says she hadn't even started yet. I don't know if I believe that.
No, I don't. Once the kids are gone, it's like, oh yeah, she's having a good time.
Oh.
She enjoys her wine. Let me just leave it at that.
Virginia's got some good stuff.
My apologies for that.
No, please don't be. That's great.
Skip happens. Happens.
Yeah.
That has never happened before. I've been doing this for how many years?
I'm glad I can be the first.
You're the first. So, anyways, we're talking about you playing the guitar. Did you learn by going to YouTube? Are you self-taught? Did you take lessons?
Yeah. From the chords, the basic chords I learned from then on. I was self-taught because YouTube wasn't popular then, and I was in college when I started playing out and about. And YouTube was going good then, but I'm old school. I didn't know you could learn how to play guitar on YouTube. So I taught, I'm self-taught.
Excellent, man. That's excellent.
Yeah. It's everything I know besides those basic chord structures that T and Steve taught me. It's all been in my head. I can just hear it.
I hear. By the way, John Griffin wanted me to ask about you being in a movie.
Oh yeah, good old John. He's
good old John. I love John.
John. He's been rocking and rolling. He's been helping me out like crazy.
Yeah, and he's a good guy to have on your side. Definitely knows his stuff. Love John. Tell me about the movie deal or whatever you did in a movie.
Yeah, I was in a country western movie called Two Sinners and a Mule. We shot that out of the Bonanza Creek Ranch in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Wow.
Directed by the one and only Raleigh Wilson. It's a good buddy of mine, good friend of mine, good friend of my guy in Nashville that I've known since I moved there, David Castle. He actually linked me up with Grassroots Promotion, and he linked me up with Raleigh Wilson in the movie thing. And I originally started out and I had a really, really big part in the movie, but over the years, they would say, all right, we're getting ready to film it. And then it'd be like, oh no, something got pushed back. We got to wait. And then 2 months later, they say, okay, we're getting ready to film it. And no, we got to wait again. So that went on for like 2 years. And I think it was last spring, so 2022, David called me and said, hey, they're getting ready to start shooting this movie. And this was like in February, I think.
Okay.
Getting ready to start filming this movie. You better learn your lines because they're gonna fly you out there in like 2 weeks. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds good. I'm looking forward to it because it's been going on for 2
how many years? Yeah.
And lo and behold, Raleigh's assistant said, hey, he called me. Hey, I need all your information. We're booking flights. Got to get everything out here. You got to be in Santa Fe, New Mexico, like next week. And I was like, oh, like, no doubt. Okay. So luckily from the start of the talk of the movie to then when I got on set, my part had changed, and it's a smaller part. It's like a turning point of the movie, but it's a smaller part, thankfully, because I was not ready to have the part that I originally had. There was no way in hell that I would be able to do that because it was. I mean, that guy was out there for like 7 weeks or something, and I'm not an actor. I mean, I think I am now. You
After the one movie,
you won one movie, Tom Hanks. You got nothing.
You got it made.
That's right. But got the movie. Met a lot of really cool people out there. I was out there for a week. We had a really, really good time. Once the movie was done shooting, Raleigh came to me and said, hey, we want some music for this. So I sent him a whole bunch of songs. None of those songs fit. And he said, hey, I need a song for this part of the movie, which is kind of like the end of the movie rolling into the credits. And I said, oh, okay. And I said, well, send me that part. And me and my writers, I said, I got the two really good writers that I want to put on this because they just have that kind of style for an old Western movie. And we saw the part. We kind of compared the song with the part of the movie, and we wrote a song called Rest in Peace, which is in the movie, as well as it's on my third album.
Wow.
Yeah. Number 8 on my third album. Yeah.
That is cool.
It's I'm telling you, it's a unbiased opinion. It's a pretty good song too. I've never even seen the movie. I never watched the movie. I don't want to watch the movie because I don't want to see my part because I know I'm probably going to hate it and I want to change a bunch of it.
You can't change it now. Can't change
it now. I know. Right. So that's the problem I think I have with it is like, I know I can't go back and do anything about it. So I'll just let everybody else.
But if it wasn't good, it wouldn't be there.
That is true. That is very true.
So, I mean, I get where you're coming from. It's like people don't like to hear their own voice. Right. You don't like to see yourself on the screen. Nobody likes to see that, I don't think, as well. So it's, it is what it is. If it wasn't good, it wouldn't be there, dude.
True. Yeah. So you can find the movie, you can find it on all the streaming download sites like Apple Video and
yeah. I'm gonna have to go. I've got all the apps, so I'll have to go and I'll have to explore that a little bit later. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I like the heads in the background, the mounts.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like
one there
a 12-pointer. What is that?
That's a 15-pointer.
What?
Yeah,
Didn't know they made them that big.
I know he's got triple brow tines. He's got a drop tine on his left side and. He scored 154. That's a pretty big deal for Virginia.
Were you shaking when you took it down?
To be honest with you, and this is God's honest truth, I just woke up from a nap up against a tree. And it was like a day like today, like just overcast, rainy, cold.
Yep.
And I got all comfortable. I was on the ground. I wasn't in a tree stand. And I fell asleep up against a tree. I was probably out for like an hour and a half because when I woke up, the lighting had changed. And I was like, how long have I been out? And I woke up to does running by me about 20
They're all laughing at you.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Luckily, the wind was good. Everything was good. The conditions were perfect. And then he was the one chasing all the does. And I said, good Lord. And my eyes are still fuzzy. I wear contact. My eyes are all blurry and stuff. I'm like, what in the world? And it just worked out. So I didn't have time to start shaking. But I got that he's at 15, and then there's an 8-pointer, and then behind him there's a 10-pointer behind him, and there's a couple 8s behind me over here.
I can see just the edge of one on the other side too. That's cool, man.
I got a game room. There's a I got some bear in there, some turkey, more deer, all kinds of stuff.
You get them all stuffed? I mean, you got some beautiful mounts, and if you got the turkey and a bear and all that, holy cow. This is everything you've taken, correct?
Not everything, just the ones that are worthy of
getting
mounted. Obviously, I used anything and everything I can of the deer, even if the rack's small, which once I shot that 15 pointer, I kind of stopped shooting smaller bucks because they don't do anything for me anymore.
Okay. How much meat you got in the freezer?
Oh, it's full. And it's only getting fuller because I've got another upright freezer that's got 5 racks on it.
Wow.
I eat it. I eat it year round. And I really, if I have stuff left over, start giving it away, or I should start really eating it towards the end of summer so I can make room for next season.
Do you have like a secret recipe when you cook it up? Onions, butter, liver. I mean, not liver, onions and butter, and trying to think what else. Maybe a buddy of mine used to have all this stuff.
I've got a couple of they're not really secret recipes, but I've got a couple ways I like to do it that I've made a believer out of a few people that despise deer meat, and I'm not like,
never know they're eating deer meat.
No. And I butcher. I do I butcher it all myself. I do all the processing, do all the cleaning, do all the packaging, all that stuff.
All right. With that being said, when do you find time? Because being on the road, being an artist, you're doing these shows.
Yeah.
When do you find time to do that?
I have to make it. I just have to say, this is, if I'm hunting today and tomorrow, that's all I'm doing. And I'll still stretch myself thin to where I'm gonna hunt this morning, but I got a show tonight. So if I shoot something, it's got to be worthwhile. It's got to be worthwhile. I can't just shoot some doe or something because it's going to take up an hour and a half of my time. So,
but how do you? So if you're going to go out hunting, you're going out before dawn.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, but yet you might have a show that night that may not start till 9 or 10. Oh, I imagine you would nap in the afternoon. Find a place to snooze.
Naps are, and I'm a good napper.
You said you fell asleep against a tree for about an hour and a half. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good.
I can sleep anywhere, man. I have no problem with that.
I want to give a shout out to, I see George Davis is chiming in. I don't know if you've been on his podcast or not, but you may want to look him up. He does something called Before Nashville. He does, he's a great guy, and he's in the Midwest. And
I'd love to. George, let's talk.
Yep, there you go, George. Yeah. Love George. Good guy. Radio guy, too. So.
Whereabouts he located?
I want to say he's in the Midwest. I don't have the exact, I'd have to look it up, but
that's all right.
I'm sure he's told me a million times, and I've gotten old and I forget things. So it's crazy. So anyways, I want to hear about Same Bar, Different Town.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
The radio single, the one that's
it's
not going platinum, it's going aluminum.
Well, hey, it's got to go something.
It goes some metal.
Some sort of metal. Exactly. Tell us about the song a little bit.
Man, I wrote that song with Blaine Younger and Lauren McLam.
Okay.
And I tried to cancel that that day. We wrote this song 2019. We tried to put it on my second album. It didn't make the cut, which is fine. But at the time, I had been in Nashville about 2 years at that time, and things just weren't going like I thought they should be going. I was already supposed to be a big star at that time, and
it's a 10-year town, dude.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, I said, heck, I've been putting my time in since 2011. I've already got 7 years on everybody, and that ain't the case. And it humbled me very quickly. But we had some things work in our favor, and then it just got shut down. And then we had some more things work in our favor and got shut down. So it was kind of just like it was very frustrating at the time. And I'm like, man, this is just not. I'm not digging this. This is not fun for me. What do I need to do? What else do I need to do to kind of get to the next level? Get a pub deal, get a record label, get a song on a radio, whatever. And so I brought that emotion to the right, and it's kind of the whole same. I'm not going to say the word same stuff, different day.
Same skip.
Same skip, different day.
Exactly.
That's kind of what it mimicked. It's kind of just like the same old thing. Just say it's the same bar, just in a different town. It's the same stuff going on, just different place. And that's kind of what the song is about, with real life stuff that I've experienced or that I've witnessed or that I've been through, that I've known somebody that's gone through. Yeah, I mean, it's all true in that song.
Yeah. So you're writing entirely about life experiences, things that that are really happening. It's nothing fictitious, nothing like being in a different world, and you're writing about the real stuff.
If I can't, and I've always said, like, if I'm going to write a song and sing it to people, I don't want to get up there and just sing the song. I want to sell the song to the audience. I want them to relate. I want them to hear my emotion, to feel my emotion. Because you can tell if somebody just gets up there and sings a song. It's like, oh, okay, cool. That's, cool, man.
That's one thing. But when it connects,
with
somebody and I've said this a million times. I know John Griffin and Parley the gang at Grassroots has told you this as well, that if you touch the heart, or if they go, damn, that happened to me, that he's singing about me. Now you've made that connection. Oh my God, I went through that, or this happened, or that happened.
Yeah.
It's all about me. And it's all about real life, because you go through it. I go through it. Listeners go through it. Fans go through it. So you make that connection and you're doing well.
Yeah. So. Yeah. See, I try to make any song that I sing or that I record or that I put on an album or that I release. I want them overall, my audience, my demographic, whatever it may be, I want them to relate to it. Whether it's young crowd, old crowd, middle age, I don't care.
Exactly.
Male, I don't care what it is. I want them to be able to say, hey, I remember when such and such happened, or I remember when I went through that, or I remember when that happened to me, or that happened to my mom, or whatever.
Exactly. When did so you actually moved to Nashville for a little bit? You lived in Nashville, then you moved out?
Yeah, July 11th, 2017, I was there, and I was there full time till November of 2019.
Okay.
And then I've been back and forth ever since. Yeah, right before the pandemic. It all worked out. It was crazy how it all worked out. And looking back, hindsight 2020, it all worked out how it was supposed to. I was supposed to be up here. I was supposed to be in Nashville about that time because my grandfather passed away in 2019.
Sorry.
And that was, that was a 5-hour drive from them. And they lived right outside of Clemson in South Carolina.
Okay.
And then my grandmother passed away in 2020. This was a tough little stretch of years right here.
Yeah. I guess. Wow.
And then right after that, she passed away in January of 2020, right before the whole pandemic thing. Right after that, my dad gets real sick, and he passed away in September or August of 2020.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
When it rained, it poured.
Yeah. So fortunately, I had moved back up here in Virginia, and I was with him that whole time. So like I said, when I tell people like it all happened how it's supposed to, that's literally the reasoning for it. It's because I was with him the whole time until he passed away. And then after that, I've been back and forth. Usually when things are firing on all 8 cylinders, I'm there like every 2 weeks for at least a week at a time. And
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I come back, do my shows, play my shows wherever I got to be. So it's worked out good. I need to be in Nashville, but I also need to be out playing my shows and being on the road and keeping my audience satisfied.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's all part of the game.
Yeah.
That's part of what you're doing. And when you were in Nashville, were you there full time as a musician, or did you actually work a different job as well?
I started off as a full-time musician and realized that that money that I had saved up wasn't going to last too long. So I got a job at the Walmart in Nolensville, off of Nolensville Road in South Nashville.
Yeah.
I was changing oil and changing tires.
It was a paycheck.
It was a pay. Hey, I was, for what I was doing, $16 an hour wasn't too bad.
No, and especially back then.
Yeah. So
nowadays it's minimum wage, but still back then that was decent. Yeah. You have to, I guess my point is, and the reason I ask is anybody that's watching this, it goes to prove that sometimes you got to do other things. You've got to still pay your bills and you're still pursuing your dream.
Yeah.
You know what you want to do and you're doing it. I think you're rolling in the right direction and you got a great team. So, so now, right now, today, all you're doing is musician.
Yeah, I've been just doing music for the last 4 years. Just straight music. And I did straight music before the Walmart gig for 2.5, 3 years. But yes, full-time musician. Nothing else. That's it.
And let me ask, how did you get involved with Grassroots? And for those that don't know, Grassroots is a promotion company. They help independent artists such as Ryan Jewell. They help them get their songs on radio. You still have to go. You still have to send them the demos. You still have to do all that. But the one thing with Grassroots, for anybody that's thinking about this, and I think you would agree, is they're run by musicians. They're run by people that have been in the business. The company is run by not only those people, the musicians, but also radio people are involved, or past radio people are involved. I know RJ and others that are involved with Grassroots. And these are the people that you want on your side, because you got musicians that know what you need to do. You got the guys that worked radio that say, okay, if you're going to hit radio stations, this is what you got to do. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a win all the way around to be with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they know what you got to do. They've been there before. They've done it for years.
Yes, that's what I meant to say. Yes, exactly. From all different angles. Which is cool.
I got the Grassroots though through my buddy David Castle.
That's what you were saying.
Yeah. I met David Castle probably a month after I moved to Nashville back in 2017. And I did I met a guy named Steven Grauberger, really good friend of mine, songwriter guy. We met down at Puckett's in Leaper's Fork for one of their songwriters nights right after I moved there. And we got together not long after that. We met. We wrote a song called Just Let Go, which might be on my 4th album. We don't know yet. Wrote that song. Steve really liked it. He said, man, I'm getting ready to cut. I don't know how many songs it was, 10 or 12 songs at I can't think of the studio. I'll think it'll come to me. But he said, I'd love for you to sing. I've got like 4 or 5 songs. I got another guy coming to sing some songs, but I'd love for you to sing 4 or 5 of these songs, and so I can put them on a demo and I can send them out to these labels and publishers and stuff. And I said, I'd love to do that. Well, we got into the studio probably the next week or so, and there David sat just hanging out, listening to the session, and we became friends. And he loved my voice, and he loved. We got talking about football and hunting and music and all that good stuff, and he's been a really good friend of mine ever since. And he wants nothing but the best for me, and likewise, I want nothing but the best for him. He's been just a really valuable asset to my music career, and just personally, just as a friend too. But yeah, that's how he said. I want your music career to, I wanted to get to that next level. So I know Teresa. Me and Teresa have known each other for years and years, and I'm gonna hook you up with them, and lo and behold, here we are. So
here you are. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Got a good team, man.
Yeah.
Got a great team. Have you been able to get on any of the big stages with some of the big artists?
I've opened up for some pretty big names over the years. Yeah.
Okay.
The heavy hitters like Blake Shelton and Luke Bryan and Jason Aldean and Lauren Elena and Marty Stewart.
Love Marty.
Texas. Yeah. All those. Joe Diffie.
Very cool.
Oh, yeah.
Very
cool. So I've been very fortunate with that. Yeah.
Has all that been when you've been with Grassroots, or you've been able to do this on your own?
No, that was prior to Grassroots. Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
it was over the last few years, and over the course of the last probably 5 years. Yeah.
Now, have you had a chance to perform in Nashville? I know you do the writers' nights and all that, and get together and record in a studio. But have you been able to perform down on Broadway or any of the, now every corner's got some artist bar on it.
Right.
So have you been able to do anything down there?
Yeah. When I first moved to Tennessee, like that was my big thing. Like, oh, I got to get down to Broadway. I got to play all these bars and stuff. And so I signed with a management company not long after I moved to Tennessee. And I was with them for a little over 2 years. And, I was like, I get there and I'm like, okay, guys, what am I doing here? Let's get something going. And I just started going to all these bars. Very first bar I played in Nashville was Tootsie's. And I think the guy's name is John or something, but I tried out for Tootsie's. I made it. I made it through the tryout, whatnot. And I started playing at Honky Tonk Central and Tootsie's, and
yeah.
Oh,
with the tip jar out front.
Oh yeah. But I realized, and I was like real adamant about that. Like, I got to play these shows. I got to play downtown. I got to play Lower Broadway. And I was paying more in parking and lunch than I was making it on Broadway. I was like, I don't know how people do this. Like, this is stupid.
But you take a chance. You have a good point. I'm sure you don't get paid much, but you never know who's going to walk in that bar and go, this guy's damn good. I need to talk to this guy.
Yeah.
You never know. You never
You
know.
don't know. And that's why I was like, this is how people get discovered in Nashville. This is it right here. And my managers were like, I had 2 managers, and they were like, yeah, 30 years ago, yeah, probably so. But now it's all internet driven and YouTube and social media. Ain't nobody getting discovered on Broadway anymore.
Nope. But everybody goes there. There's so many people just like you. And there's a lot of those that are probably on the road heading to Nashville right now saying they're going to make it big.
Yeah.
But you hear that it's a 10-year town. And it's not a lie. Seriously, it takes a little bit of time. Nothing happens overnight. It took 13 years to get McGraw out there.
Yeah.
And it's they just try so hard. You got to be persistent. You got to stay. You got to continue to do whatever you
stay the course. Yeah.
Stay the course. Exactly.
And you have to, and with persistence comes sacrifice, because you got to kind of keep your name fresh in the town. It's a big town. It's a lot of people there, but it's a small, tight-knit community when it comes to musicians and songwriters.
Absolutely.
And you gotta just how bad do you? Tim McGraw has a song, how bad do you want it? And
that's true. That's true. How bad do you want it?
That's very, very true. Alan Jackson once said, "Made it up to Music Row, and Lordy, don't the wheels turn slow." And that is the God's honest truth, because
no, you're right. I see Roger is saying now Tim has 47 or 48 number ones.
That sounds
well, thanks for that, Roger.
Yeah.
And Ryan's on his way.
Yeah, I've got one song that's about to break the top 100s. That's pretty cool.
That's cool. No, if you break that top 100, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. You probably follow the the Music Row chart, do they still have the Music Row chart?
Yeah, that's the chart I'm talking about. Yeah.
All right. So you break the top 100. Once you get 80, then you're starting to move in the right direction, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And
you gotta set little stepping stones. You can't just expect. And me, at least me, I don't want overnight success.
Right.
I don't want to be a flash in the pan.
Nope. There's too many of those out there.
Exactly. And they fizzle themselves out just as quick as they showed up. I want to, I'm working slowly but surely, just paying my dues, and not necessarily
you're doing it.
Cutting my teeth in the bars, but that's kind of what I'm doing. Just really getting my name, solidifying, and showing people that yes, this is what I want to do. because I'm so indelved and I'm so into this whole thing.
Yeah.
This is what I want to do.
And now, if somebody's watching this, whether it's live now or down the road when they look at the replay, that if they want to find out more about you, where can they go?
Oh, all the social media sites,
Okay.
the Facebook and Instagram and
They can buy
TikTok,
the
and
music,
YouTube,
download it.
and I've got a website, ryanjewelmusic.com. And like I said previously, I'm an old school dude, but the stuff I put up on my social media usually has a pretty good meaning. I'm not just going to put up like, hey, just having a cigar and whiskey on the back deck, and I hope y'all are having a good day. I'm never going to do that, because when I'm having a cigar and whiskey on the back deck, I'm going to enjoy that moment myself. And I appreciate if y'all want to know what's going on in my life down to that much, but it's probably not something. But if I'm getting ready to play a big show, or my weekend gigs, my weekend schedule, my schedule for the next month, if I'm traveling and going hunting somewhere, I'll tell you where I'm going to, what's going on in Nashville, who I'm writing with that particular day, like stuff that I feel is of importance, that people will actually say, oh, that's cool, man. I want to know more.
You're doing all your own social media?
Right. Yeah.
You do it all. That's a lot of work, dude. That's where sometimes you need, like, okay, I gotta get somebody to do this.
It's getting there. It's been getting there for a few years, but it's really getting there now, because I've got to reshift my focus on, we got this third album I need to promote. With that, we're already starting to purge through songs for my fourth album. We got stuff working in Nashville. Like I'm probably gonna end up getting another place in Nashville next year, so I can be down there a lot more. So I'm trying to get all that squared away. Trying to get with my new band and get out and about and play bigger shows, or just play out of Virginia and up and down the East Coast a lot more next year. So we're trying to get my schedule squared away for next year. Cool.
And you post all those when those dates get announced, or whenever you make the final arrangements, they're all posted on your website, I would assume.
Yeah, and that's why I try to tell folks, like, if you can't find my show dates on my social media, just go to my website, because they're always there, usually 2 or 3 months out. But I do all the updating on that too, so sometimes it gets behind. So I apologize in advance if it does.
You're one man doing a lot of things.
Yeah, all the merch. I mean, you can see all the artwork on my CD covers, all the merch that's designed. I do all that stuff. All that.
Wow.
From nothing to what you're holding in your hand. That's me.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. But I pride myself in it. It's not because I don't have money to help to get somebody to do it. But
no, I hear you.
But I think it's fun, and if I have the opportunity to do that, like, why wouldn't I?
Sure.
It's just another stamp of me saying, here, this, not only is this my music, I'm about to play you a concert, you can hear my CD, but take this merch, take this hat, take this T-shirt, take this koozie. That's also part of me, because I designed all that stuff too.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat, man.
That's so cool. And what's in your hand? Is that like a bourbon? That
is a bourbon, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
I had a long day today, and it was a good day, a very productive day. But I figured, it's what time is it? 9 o'clock. I'm due for one.
Well, I'd have one with you if I could. Let me tell you.
Amen. Hey, we'll do that one day. I promise you that.
Yeah, exactly. Now I see. I don't know if you know her or not, but Christine Glasscock Shiflett.
Oh,
Yep. She says, "Sing us a couple of lines." Is she a fan?
Yeah, I can do that. She's one of my diehards. Her and her husband Paul, really good friends of mine, and we actually just went to the Rhonda Vincent concert this past.
Oh wow, nice.
Winchester, yeah. And I would say I befriended Rhonda, and we exchanged numbers, and
nice.
We're going to get together when I get back to Tennessee, and maybe one day we'll write some songs. Maybe I'll write some bluegrass songs, or she'll delve into the country side of things. You never know.
Oh yeah, no. Rhonda's good at doing that. I'll tell you, she's a great person, and would definitely help you out. There's no doubt. no doubt. And that's what's nice about a lot of the older, I shouldn't call them older, but maybe I call them seasoned.
Yeah, that's a good.
You know, and their knowledge and everything they've been through. There's somebody; those are people you'd want to listen to,
Right.
or if you could sit down and have a conversation. It'd be great to do that with Rhonda, for example. You know,
I look forward to when we can, because she seemed. I gave her my third album, and I told her about my radio tour, and she seemed very interested. Obviously, she just got done with a concert, so I know she's probably ready to get back on that bus and kick her feet up, because I've been there and I know what she's feeling like. But it was really, really enjoyable.
Love it
to talk to her. And Chris and Paul, they
nice.
The week before I went on that radio tour, they came out Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. They're diehards. They're
very nice.
Oh yeah. And they don't live too far from me up here in Virginia. So
okay,
really, really cool folks. Really cool.
I love that. Well, it's good that they're there, and I thank you for the time tonight. What I'm going to do is actually, I will, if it's okay with you, I'll take the produced version of your song and put it after this video.
I like it.
You know, that way they get the full effect at the actual studio. And you know, sometimes when you play live over the internet when we do these podcasts, it doesn't. It sounds good, but you know what I mean. It's not the same.
You never, and I tell you what, I don't Zoom, you have these certain things that you can turn off and turn on to make it sound better. I was really, really like anxious about doing that radio tour and doing live songs on the radio, because I have no idea how it sounds. I don't know if the DJ has got the level set. I just one microphone, so if it's a slower song and the guitar is overpowering my voice, it's a wash to me. But
exactly.
You just go into it and hit it. But yeah.
As you were pulling away from one of the radio stations or any of them, did you hear the song on the radio?
I did.
Yeah. And how was that? Was that the first time?
That was the first time for this song. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Okay. But what about the first time you heard yourself on the radio?
That was at a local station here in Front Royal, 95.3, The River 95.3.
Okay.
And we had just released, I don't know if it was my second album or if we just released a single off of my third one called Toasted, Summertime Drinking Anthem, which is on my third album, number 5 on my third album. One or the other. I think it was Toasted though, but it might have been Heads I'm Yours, which is the title track to my second album. We did an in studio interview talking about what's coming up in the future, what we're doing, yada yada yada.
Yep.
And they were, as I was pulling out of there, they said, well, he was just in the studio. Let's go ahead and fire this song up again. And it was either Toasted or Heads. That was pretty cool. I mean, it's when you see your name going across the
on the RDS.
Yeah, exactly. That was that's pretty cool, man. That's again, you'll never see me do a video and post it on social media like me mouthing words to my own song in my vehicle, because my song's on the radio. But you'll definitely see me pull over and just video it, because I want to keep that memory. That's pretty neat, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%. It's a memory that you'll have for a lifetime.
Exactly.
Well, I wish you a lot of luck in your career. I know hopefully we get to say hello in person sometime. I'm always at the Country Radio Seminar, which is in Nashville in February. I think it's late February, early March this year. But or the next one coming up. But it's great to see a lot of the independent artists and those out doing what you got to do to get yourself known. And you've got the right people behind you. I know that for a fact. I know a lot of them, and it's just wonderful. So excuse me. And we'll have to cook up some venison. I do like venison.
Well, I've got a couple solid recipes that I thoroughly enjoy, and
you should do a cookbook on that.
Maybe one day I'll get to that Dolly Parton level, and I can do a cookbook.
Well, you could look at, if you got like almost 2 freezers full of venison, you obviously are diehard hunter, so to speak. You go out there, you do your thing, you live off the land.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty cool. You should do like a cookbook. How do you cook your,
It'd be fun. I've got bluegill, crappie, bass, all the deer. I got some elk in there. Yeah, it's all kinds.
So what do you? So you fish, you
Yeah.
hunt.
Yeah.
Is it bow or rifle or both?
I do all. Yeah.
You do all.
Wow. Bow hunt, muzzleloader, rifle, anything. Yeah. Yeah.
Is there one that's more fun than the other?
I mean,
don't hunt. My brother-in-laws do. I do not.
I mean, obviously, bow hunting, you got to get. And I feel comfortable 50 yards and in with my. I'm not a crossbow hunter. I'm compound.
Okay.
So yeah, 50 yards and in. So obviously, they have to be a lot closer. You're up close in person with the animal. You got to really watch your scent. You got to really watch the wind. There's a lot more factors that go into it, rather than sitting on a power line and shooting a deer from 400 yards. It's fun, but it's not as hard as it is with a bow. You know,
it's not fun when you got to drag them out of the woods.
Well,
if you get a big deer
or a bear either. Yeah, you're not wrong there either. The 4-wheelers are a godsend when it comes to
that. Yeah. My brother-in-laws, they have a few of those.
Oh, so, yeah.
And the hunting lodge and all that. So
yeah, but I tell you what, my drummer, he's from upstate New York, and he's been talking about getting us some shows up there next year. So whenever we do that,
I'll be there.
I'll bring a bottle of whiskey and we'll have ourselves that drink.
Absolutely. Whereabouts in upstate New York, real quick?
I'm trying to think. I can't think of the name where he's
We're
from.
right in central New York.
Right.
I mean, like people from like New York City, and they say, somebody says they're from upstate. It's usually like Poughkeepsie, which is just north of New York City. But no, we're really upstate New York. We're central New York.
Albany, Watertown. Yeah.
Watertown is really up north.
Yeah. I've got some friends that have a little cabin right outside of Watertown. And I've heard Mike, my drummer, talk about Watertown as well.
There's places like Inlet, the Adirondacks, a lot of hunting places up there.
Sure. Well, I'm hoping we can get a weekend run up there, and we'll play play down, and
we'll put you in front of some fans.
Oh, I look
listeners too. Well, I definitely do that in a second. So
excellent.
All right, my friend. I want to take a moment to thank you for joining us here on Skip Happens tonight and talking about you and your life and your music. And somebody wants to find out more, they can go online. What's your website again?
RyanJewelmusic.com.
Easy. Find out about this guy. You will not be disappointed. New and up and coming artist with a voice that is just phenomenal. And
Spotify, iTunes, all that good stuff.
There you go. Make sure you download it. Make sure you check out the merch. Support the artist. As you can see, these guys, if this is all they do, well, you got to help them out a little bit because.
I don't want to go back to Walmart. Help me, guys.
Let me ask, what shift did you work?
I pretty much. So here's the thing, and I'm not bragging on myself. I was going to go to college out of high school for auto technician.
Okay.
So I got there for the interview that day, and at the end of the interview, I was asking the manager, the auto technician manager, I was quizzing him on stuff that he obviously did not know. I work on all my vehicles myself. I do all the maintenance and all that stuff on them. So I know, I've been around motorcycles and stuff since I was really little. So I pretty much got to work any shift I wanted to. And he was really cool. He was Corey.
That's awesome.
Really cool guy. He would let me leave if I needed to go play shows for the weekend. He would let me leave.
Right.
It was I tried to get it done in the morning, get done by 3:00, but sometimes.
So let me ask, what do you drive?
Let
me guess. You've got a Silverado, a 2500. I don't. Am I close? 4x.
You got the truck part right.
Okay, Silverado.
No, okay, I'm not a Chevy guy.
No.
I
see. I've owned the Ford. I had the 150. It wasn't really big. I had the 150. I had the Dodge Ram 1500. Here again, not really big. It's the lower one. I had the Silverado. Now I'm driving a Kia.
We
And
went down.
I know I did, but you know what? I wasn't using it. And
Maybe.
with the gas prices going up and all that, I just said, you know what? At my age and everything, I don't really need the truck anymore. I loved it. I loved it. But what do you drive? So you got a Chevy? No, Silver.
I've
got a pickup.
I've got a Ford F-150.
Okay. All right.
I got the 4 doors. It was my college graduation gift to myself.
Cool.
Yeah. So 2003 Ford F-150, but it's got a big lift on it. It's got big 37-inch tires.
Old.
Yeah.
2003. How many miles you got on it?
Just rolled over 220,000.
But you take care of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that thing runs like it's brand new.
Exactly, because you take care of it.
That's my grocery getter and my hunting vehicle.
Okay, how many 4-wheelers?
I've got 4 4-wheelers.
I knew you had more.
And I got the same amount of motorcycles as well.
Really? So what kind of bike do you have? Is it what do we call them, a crotch rocket, or are you
I've got one of those, yeah. I've got a ZX6R Ninja Kawasaki.
Damn, don't kill yourself. Go easy. I know.
Yeah. I got a K1200 BMW. That's a nice sport touring bike. That was my dad's before he passed. Yeah. I got him that. He got to use it for about a year, and then I got it back. That's a Cadillac of a freaking motorcycle.
I bet it is.
I got his old GPZ 750. The Top Gun motorcycle that Tom Cruise rides in.
Yeah. Oh my God.
My dad's got one mint condition that I got from him.
Wow.
Yeah. I got some dirt bike.
You and your dad, did you used to ride together?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. And that's what he brought me up on, the dirt bikes and the small engines. And that's really how I kind of learned everything, was through him. I mean, I learned how to work on motors and the ins and outs of a carburetor through my dad.
So am I correct to say that if for whatever reason this music thing that you're doing, this career, and I think you're going to be fine, but if it doesn't work out, you can easily go back and get into the auto technician field or something like that, or Walmart.
Run a Walmart, I guess. I've got my bachelor's in wildlife and fisheries biology. So.
Oh wow, how cool!
Yeah, so I'd probably pick something that towards that, forester, wildlife biologist, something outside, something in the woods. Yeah.
You've got that degree.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of knowledge, and you're doing music.
Yeah.
But you're doing what you love.
I'm doing what I love. And some days the behind the scenes stuff feels like work, but when I'm up there, even if it's been a bad day and I don't feel like going to sing, which I have those days.
Everybody has a day.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm driving to go set my stuff up and play a show. Once I start singing, it's like
everything goes away.
Yeah, it's literally gone. And it's weird how that happens. And I know it's going to happen, but I'll still get anxious. And I'm like, I don't even want to be here. I don't want to do this. I just want to go home and just hang out. And that's
once you start.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. It's crazy. Yeah. It is.
Right there, it shows how much you love it. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Ryan Jewell, it's been awesome, man. Great conversation.
I've enjoyed it, buddy. Very, very much enjoyed this.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And like I said a few minutes ago, hopefully we get to shake hands and have that drink. And, I will definitely be at the country radio seminar. So we get to, if you do go, I know the guys from Grassroots will let me know who's there and who isn't, and we'll definitely catch up. So that's kind of cool.
I look forward to that. Yeah. I'll definitely be there.
All right. So RyanJewellmusic.com is the website. Yep. And they can Google you and find you on all the other social platforms. Download your music off iTunes. You can buy the tunes, which is pretty cool. You got the 3 albums that are up there, and you got your 4th one coming out pretty soon.
I'm hoping I'm not going to put a date or a time on it, but I'm thinking next fall, sometime next year.
It'll be here before you know it, though.
Yeah, we're not going to make people wait another 3 years like it has been in the past.
Yeah, I forgot to ask. So you being I know I'm carrying on this conversation.
That's
it's
all
like keep going. I don't know. You're probably going, wish this guy would just shut the hell up. So every hunter has a
bottle of
dog.
whiskey right here. We can
Dude, I'll be right over. Might take me a few hours to get there, but I'll be. So every hunter has a dog. Do you have dogs or a dog?
I travel too much to have a dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I will. One day I will. If I have a bus, I will definitely have a dog.
I got you.
We had a family yellow lab that was an awesome dog.
We have yellow labs. Yep.
But yeah, right now I don't. But it's coming. Definitely.
I got you, brother. I got you.
Yeah.
Ryan Jewell, thank you. Thank you for being here again. Love you, buddy. Man, I'll tell you, your music's phenomenal. You got the voice to go with it. You seem to have your head on right, if you know what I mean. You're doing it right, and you got a great team behind you. Yeah. And again, I'm going to mention the website because anybody watching this, please check them out, ryanjewellmusic.com. Yep. And enjoy Virginia, my friend, while you're there.
Surely we'll try.
Yeah, and next week is Nashville, and then you kind of go back and forth. Is that what you do?
I'll be. I think I'll be up here. Yeah, I'm going back and forth, but I think I'll be up here until after Christmas. It's kind of everything. All my writing buddies, they're going on their holiday trips, and they're going away, and it's hard to coordinate rights, and it's everything.
Yeah, well, they say for people in your type of business and Nashville, the music side, the offices kind of closed down early December. Well, maybe the second week in December, and they don't open up again until after the first of the year.
Well, after the first year, middle of January, they fire back.
Yeah, something like that.
December's pretty busy up here for me. I play 3 or 4 times a week every week in December, so they got me busy up here. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, oh yeah, and then I'll be out in Vegas December 11th.
Whoa, Vegas! You're playing in Vegas?
I'm not playing out there. I played out there.
You're playing, but you're not playing.
I'm playing, but I'm not playing. Bingo. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the NFR, the National Finals Rodeo is going on, and Cowboy Christmas, and Raleigh Wilson, the director of the movie, we were out there last year this time and promoting the movie, and I sang to all the old cowboy, all the broken down cowboys Raleigh Wilson used to be number 8 in the world bareback rodeo back in the 70s. So he got me into the Horseshoe Club, the Golden Horseshoe Club, which is at the Finals Rodeo. And it's these old 60, 70, 80-year-old broken down cowboys. And I sang for them for 3 nights in a row. So that was a lot of fun. We're going to do it again this year. I don't know if I'm going to sing as much, but we're going to do something like that. So, yeah.
Oh, wow. What an opportunity. Yeah. You know, I just keep rambling on. One more time, repeat the movie so I can look it up.
2 Sinners and a Mule.
2 Sinners and a Mule.
Yeah, and I'm not a sinner, I guess I am kind of a sinner, but I'm not.
You don't want to be the mule. Yeah, that means.
Yeah.
Ain't no jackass. Come on.
That's right. That's right.
All right. 2 Sinners and a Mule.
2 Sinners and a Mule, yeah.
All right. You know, Ryan Jewell, thank you so much for being with us tonight. You can hang on there. I just want to say goodnight to everybody. And thank you for joining us. Make sure you look him up. You will not be disappointed. Great artist. He's got a lot of good things coming down. And thanks for watching Skip Happens.